I'm sorry I betrayed your trust. I'm sorry I pushed you all away. I'm sorry I made a clown of myself. I apologize. I wish it didn't have to be this way. But unfortunately, I'm breaking my own rules. No bitch niggas and shit. I shouldn't have pushed so many people away. Now I've got nobody. You know, I wasn't suicidal before. I really wasn't. But one thing I didn't realize was that the walls were closing around me so fast. I really had no intention of killing myself, but I would always push it too far. I guess I am mentally ill. Or maybe I will. I'm not trying to put responsibility on it. I mean, I did a lot of wrong, too. I did a lot of wrong. Everyone's got to pay for what they've done wrong at some point. Everyone's got to pay for their sins at some point. I guess mine caught up to me. I'm sorry to those of you who I betrayed. I'm sorry for leaving such a stained legacy. I hope that my story maybe helps to make YouTube a better place somehow in the future, to where people know boundaries and limits of how far things should go. In an attempt to be edgy, I fucked up my entire life. It was a fun life. I had a great time. It was great, but for it to be cut so short. Fuck. I know this world's gonna forget me. I know y'all are all gonna move on. And everything's gonna be good, you know? There'll be technology and games and movies I'll never see. I'll never see Attack on Titan. That last episode with Grisha was crazy too, bro. I'll never see how Attack on Titan finishes. I guess it's starting to hit me now, because I'm starting to break up a little bit. I'm like, oh, fuck. Tears are coming, nigga. Here we go. Bitch nigga time. It's bitch nigga time. Fuck. But nah, I'm going to keep my composure. There's a lot of things I won't see. A lot of people who I wanted to see grow up. You know, John, shout out to Katie and you and the kids. Wish I could have seen them grow up. Wish I could have seen what happened with the boys, you know? Wish I could have seen what happened with everybody. You know? I've come too far. Was it the social media? Was it the mental illness? Was it the edginess? It was a mix of all of them. But I ultimately turned down help. And you know what they say, you can't help somebody who doesn't want to help themselves. I just didn't realize I needed help. That's how deluded I was, man. It's not your fault. I don't want you to blame yourselves. It's all my fault. I'm the one that pushed y'all away. And then I deluded myself into thinking that somehow I didn't destroy a big part of my life, that somehow I was ahead of the curve. It was like that heavy delusion that I couldn't pull myself out of. I didn't even know I was in it. I was saying and doing things that made no sense. All because I was too scared to drop my image. Fuck, man. So, I deserve whatever's coming to me, I suppose. I'm sorry I let y'all down. I really apologize. I wish I could have been stronger. I wish I could have lived better. I wish I could have done more. I wish I was more receptive. I wish I was more open. I wish I wasn't so combative. I wish I didn't think I always knew the best. It's a confusing world sometimes, dog. I'm sorry to all of you. I'm sorry to Christine. I'm sorry to Fiona. I'm sorry to my mom. I'm sorry to Ben. I'm sorry to Ray. Auntie Ann. Everybody on Instagram, Twitter. Sorry to Son. sorry. Let my story be one that advises caution on too much of the social media shit, man. It can fuck you up. It can give you an image of what you want your life to be, and it can get blown completely out of proportion, dog. Unfortunately, it consumed me. And it made me forget about consequences to my actions. It made me forget that we have to pay for the things that we say. It made me forget that there is weight behind words. I was so consumed with this great image that I had that I thought I was invulnerable to everything. I thought, oh, I'm destined for this. Nothing can stop me. It's stupid. Every time I made a bad decision, one that I didn't think would hurt me, friends would always be like, hey, you sure about this, dog? Are you doing okay? You feeling okay? Probably shouldn't do that. And I did it anyways. I made a lot of bad decisions, dog. And now when it comes to pay the consequences, I'm too much of a pussy to do it. And it's sad. The world will be better off without me. At least learning from my lesson. Keemstar, I wish you the best, my nigga. Pokey, sorry for scaring you so much. I really am. Sorry for that. I apologize. I was being stupid. Christine, sorry for being so hard-headed and all the other horrible things I did. I mean, hey, two wrongs don't make it right, but I mean, you know.
I love you, Mom, and you are my best friend and the person I've lived for years. I wish I could stay with you, but I cannot bear the crushing weight of persistent sadness, hopelessness, and loneliness any longer. I've never told you these feelings because I've never wanted you to worry and because I hoped they would eventually change, but I know they never will. They follow me through every accomplishment, success, family gathering, friendly dinner. I cry almost every day now, like I'm in mourning. I've wished for death for years, and I know you would want to know and want to help, but I haven't wanted to share this weight with anyone. Regardless of that, thank you sincerely for being there for me in some of my loneliest moments without me even telling you I needed you. You have kept me alive and ready to face another day because you answer every phone call and you are there for me at the drop of a hat. You listen to me and care when I tell you what goes on in my life, and you've always made me feel like you love me. I love you more than any person I've ever known. You've done nothing wrong. You've done everything right. I no longer feel like I have any purpose in life. I don't know if I ever really did. And some things I'm just going to skip just because they're just a little more personal. Constitution study. This troubles the world. I really do. Oh, I hate the privacy being stolen, but I hope this rocks the world today. This video, please do send it out. Please do. Finally God showed me the reason why. Game over, devil. 7 times 70, please. Harder. Please. I, Morgan Elizabeth Dobb, York, Pennsylvania, United States of America, do hereby abdicate the throne of the United Kingdom, along with all the rights, privileges, etc., appertaining thereunto. Today is November 26, 2022. For all intents and purposes, I have formally abdicated. I refuse to be queen. I will not be crowned. No one will force me to be crowned. I'm returning power to the people of the United Kingdom. It's my suggestion. Obviously, I cannot command it, but it is my suggestion that they immediately pursue establishing a republic for their great country. Oh, please, let this rock the world today. My hair is absolutely a mess. I don't care. Abdicating queen does not care. No, Queen Elizabeth III for the United Kingdom. I know they'd love me. I know they would. They wouldn't know what to do with me, actually. No. Elijah has come. They did not know him. I did to him whatever they wished, as it's written of them. You rock the world with this today, Lord. Yes. I was next in line for the throne of England. United Kingdom. Not anymore. Not anymore, Donald Trump. Not anymore, Barack Hussein Obama. Not anymore, Wendy Rogers. Not anymore, y'all. It's done. Oh, I hope they're getting the papers drawn up right now. I need attorneys getting those things set right now. Please. As soon as possible. My pen will be hitting the official paper.
So, as you see, this whole point of this video is showing the degradation and mental degradation that's in this society. It's funny that when I go in the comments and I see these people say these things and I see them tell people to go get help and therapy and blah, 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 blah. They said this to people who are awoken so we can go back to their little plantation, right? But the people who have the mental illness the most are the people who always fit in, not the people who fit out. The dysfunctional people are among them. So they have this covenant, this army of dysfunctional people, and they just keep coming and coming and coming. You have a whole society of enablers who enable people like this and the other chick and Etika. These are all people who are now dead. The mom of the Krishan, the chick that jumped off the building last year, the beginning of last year, she told that was her suicide note. This was her this chick right here killed her mom, her dad, and herself in a suicide pact with her family. Etika, last video, which you saw, was him saying this stuff and then jumped off a bridge. He waited till everybody was gone, stayed on the bridge, played his game, because they found his Wii and his laptop. His Wii U and his laptop. So he waited tonight and jumped off the bridge. So, why are none of these anti-red pill people, anti-manosphere, talking about these people? Why they not talking about their flawed society? Their society that don't have multiple ways that you can fit in, multiple ways that you can find different people. How is it so hard to find good people? How is it so hard to find and date the right people? This whole society is a mess, and Red Pill was trying to decloud this bullshit, and then they think that we're the enemies. So let's show you guys who try to get off the manosphere. Guys like this. DJ Touch Live. All of his videos is against the manosphere. But you don't see a video of talking about The people talking about the women who enable the worst men to keep doing nothing and keep being who they are, destroying communities, killing people, robbing people, taking lives, and they still get rewarded with pussy and admiration and compliments from the same women. But he wants to go after the manosphere. He wants to go after the manosphere because in his old ass mind, he has to protect. He has to protect these thugs. He has to protect these dysfunctional women because we're taking away all of the redemption stories that these people can have with the good men.
¿Cómo sabemos que te encantará la pizza con orilla de pretzel? Porque esta persona dijo que besaría a todos los empleados de Little Caesars en la boca por su amada pizza con orilla de pretzel. Así que sí, creemos que también te gustará la pizza con orilla de pretzel. ¡Te amo! Pizza, pizza.
Tell us how you were able to escape and
It's a trend. Is the mental health industry or the mental health community is a joke. We got women like her who jumped off a building and sent her mom a suicide note advocating for mental health. Why would anyone put a mental case in front of people and try to tell them that going to therapy works when therapy didn't work for her? Why would anybody go to therapy with women like
benefit of it out?
So this black woman said that she doesn't want to she doesn't want to have black men as her clients. We had last year a black therapist who was talking shit about black men and she got fired. Do you know all the people that I know in the past 3 years? Well, ever since the pandemic been over, there's been multiple people online, I know them online, who told me that all their therapists suggested they be LGBTQ. Or suggest them be trans. It's so bad in the mental health industry that so many people they constantly having to switch therapists because therapists are telling them stupid stuff, blaming them and calling them names and stuff like that. But they're professionals. They're professional, unprofessional. Remember, there's a guy in this space, D. Durrell. And he is a resemblance of what's going on in the mental health facility. A lot of these people, instead of them being better and not being in these conversations, they expose the reason why a lot of men don't want to be nowhere near them. All these people are supposed to be professionals. And they're going around here making fun of men. Oh yeah, man, I'm in the comment section. I'm a good wife. I'm in the comment section. I'm making fun of people. When this shit gonna stop? Right?
A few years ago, and support. Well, Bill, actually it's quite a rude comment. Diesel, it was just somebody else's body that she was borrowing for the competition. This is so not cute. Why do girls want to be like...
So, it's funny that society will let women do this to this body. So, this woman right here, her name is Jordan Grace. She's from Impact Wrestling. And she used to be somewhat thick. Somewhat attractive thick for a southern white girl. She was somewhat cute. Now she looked like a whole dude because she's on HGH and she on some other stuff, and her face is sinking, her jaw, you can see her jaw, and she has a man voice. Her voice is real deep. There's a reason why I walked away from working out. I'm probably gonna go back this year. But there's a reason why I didn't go to the fitness industry, because a lot of people were juicing up. I could tell you a lot of people are juicing up. A lot of people. I seen the vials, I seen the caps. I know what they are because people offered me to do it, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. Oh, but it'll take you 1 year. Nah, I could build muscle up by myself in like a couple months. I got the body for it. But somehow, some way, they try to tell red pill men to go in the same gym as these people who are juicing. They try to go compete against these people who juicing. There are over 100,098 and 8011 therapists in the United States. Can someone tell me how many of these therapists are good and how many of these therapists are bad? Why doesn't no therapist have a rating system? That's why I said the mental health industry needs an overhaul. Because we need to know the good ones from the bad ones, so the bad ones can get the fuck out of the industry and basically come with new people. If they took it seriously, mental health seriously, they will be saving a lot of people and people would trust them. But guess what? These people or that are in the mental health facilities, into mental health, they are people who just want to destroy people and they have personal agendas against certain people. They tell women what they want to hear and then to cause these women to go in a deeper and deeper and deeper. They just med them up. All they do is med them up. This rapper right here shot his whole family up and made a video afterwards. Where the anti-red pills at? Where the SPE dudes at, huh? Where's these people at talking about how bad these people are? This is the Pookies and the Ray Rays we talking about who create chaos. It don't matter where you live. You could live in the suburbs. They could come walk up in the suburbs. I know these thug ass dudes be walking in better neighborhoods to go rob people because they couldn't do it in their neighborhood because a lot of people are more tougher than them. Trust me, I know. A lot of these motherfuckers won't rob other people in the neighborhood because they know they know somebody they'll give them a dirt nap. They'll go to an easier neighborhood in a better part of the city and wreak havoc. But how funny is that nobody says to these people, go get help. Oh, because they can get sex from women. So as long as you can get sex from women, you can get away with anything you want. You can rob people, you can kill people, you can destroy people's lives. It doesn't matter, right? But once you call it out, call all this dysfunctional out, you need help. This is what the black community is filled with. This is the Nika Marie's, the Sixth Goddesses, whatever they call, and the Courtney Michelle's. These are the kind of guys right here that they let do anything they want as long as they get to be told that this, black that, black. This is the woman who took a dive off of a building. She was a mental health advocate. Someone who has mental health, but she's advocating for healthier mental health. That don't sound right. That's like getting drug prevention and no, not drug prevention. That's like a person, a drug addict in a sober living house, and they still using drugs, but they telling you not to do it. Or somebody who's a drunk and you got a whole bunch of alcohol around there. Imagine that, right? That you're going to a sober house and they still using drugs around you. Or you go to a house to sober yourself up and they drinking alcohol. It's the same thing. Why would you... This is why I said the mental health industries are a joke. But a lot of these people don't talk about how bad it is and how it needs to be overhauled. To have women like this as your advocates. So this girl right here, she has mental illness. You saw the video. Her and her parents made a pact. She shot her mom and her dad. They all said they wanted to die together. And then she shot herself. But for some reason, I'm told by Auburn Preach, I'm told by all these SBE guys, I'm told by all these different people, you can go out there and meet new people. Funny. I don't like the same TV shows. I don't like the same movies. I don't watch the same nothing. So I'm supposed to meet new people, but I'm supposed to conform to the music they like or the shows they like, or I have to talk like they do. Yeah, sure. Crazy people like this. An 18-year-old girl, somebody I told y'all about 2 years ago. I think 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? 2 years ago. I think 3 years ago. 3 years ago. Back in 2021, I think. She took her own life. She hanged herself inside her closet because her mom was digging in her pockets. Her mom didn't love her. It didn't matter that she was a millionaire. It matters the fact that she had to deal with her mom's bullshit and her mom was embarrassing her. And the only person in the world who didn't love her, her dad tried to reach out to her. Her mom kept her from her dad. Her dad couldn't save her. She found out that her dad always wanted to know her. But he couldn't save her because her mom already did the damage to her. But for some reason, when men like myself say, I don't want to bring no kids in this fucked up world because I don't want my kid to ever deal with the kind of shit that I had to deal with. And I don't want to have my kid be with a dysfunctional woman, because most women couldn't change on the top of, they can change. They have the power to do anything they want now. The average woman has more power than the average man. Prove me wrong. Show me how many men can lie on a woman and get her fired. Show me how many men can me too a woman. How many men can say a woman raped her, or he got abused, and she get fired. Show me. Stories like this is the reason why I don't want kids, because I know these women will mess it up. They will mess these kids up, and then I have to find out my kid nosedive or hanged themselves or shot themselves because of the mom. And then I get blamed for it because, well, I'm supposed to fight harder. This woman right here, somewhat attractive, she took her own life. Now let me read you her note on what she said. The piece of garbs. This is her suicide note. This is a suicide note, and I'm going to read it. So, you ready? I might mess up a couple words because it's in French or some of the other stuff, but okay. I hate the word bye, but see you later. I have written this note several times in my head for over a decade. This one feels right. No edit, no overthinking. I have to accept hope is nothing more than a delay. Disappointment. I'm just plain old-fashioned, tired of feeling tired. I realize in unrevealing and thinking this way because I truly have a good life on paper. I'm fortunate to eat meals most only imagine. I travel often and I feel freely without restriction. I live alone in the second greatest American city, San Francisco. You also have my heart. However, all this farce seems trivial to me. It's the ultimate first world problem. I get it. I often feel detached while I'm in a room full of favorite people. I felt absolutely nothing during what should have been my happiest and darkest times in my life. Darkest times in my life. No single conversation situation has led me to make this decision. At this point, do I metaphorically pull the trigger? I'm going to miss the crosswalks, the cuisines, that goes say without saying, blah blah blah. She says she's missed the cuisines. I'm so going to miss unexpected hugs, cherries in July, tracing eyeballs, sleeping eyeballs, smoking cigarettes, the Golden Gate Bridge at sunset, the sip of iced tea brews in sticky August, making contact with people walking down the street when the song feels like they're speaking to your soul. Jeopardy saying I love you. Late night junk food benches, shooting the shit, and especially no destination in sight long walks. No GoFundMe's, no funerals, no tributes, no doing too much, please. All I ask for is for you to make one delicious, I mean really great meal in my honor. Let me go with no exceptions. It's selfish for me to be happy and it's selfishly time for me to be happy and I know you can get down with that. Please try to remember me as a whole person that you share memories with, not just my final acts. This is not your fault. It's not exactly easy for me either. I'm here for you. I love you. I always have and always will. Promise you. Shisantala. Jel Naka. I'm coming home, Dad. Make some room on the clouds and turn the motel up. I'm sorry, Mom. Always. TSL. So that was the suicide note from this young lady right here. 27 at the time in 2019. This is what I'm talking about. How the fuck are you going to convince men who already know the truth to come to this society when they can't even make the people in the society happy? And these therapists and these counselors, they're shit. Because a lot of these people actually go to therapy and counseling and they don't do a goddamn thing. But hey, you want to tell me that somehow, some way, if I do what you want me to do, I'm going to be a lot happier. But this girl right here was attractive. I don't know if she was, with anybody. And she decided to end it all. You read the suicide note. She could be in a room full of people and feel absolutely nothing. I told people about this empty cup thing. And I told people that most of these people in society, right, today's American society in the West, are empty ass people. Egocentric people. I don't want to be around these people. I don't like these people. At some point, I know that me being by myself is more peace than me being around these fuckers. So, let me get you real quick. Let me show you. A few years ago, a woman said that I needed help on Facebook, and I think I got a screenshot of her, but I have 2,000 screenshots from Facebook. 22,000 screenshots. That's a lot. And I found it, but I forgot to add it here. She said that I needed help. Well, her and her daughter end up killing her whole entire family and try to kill themselves. but end up failing. Because they said that all of them wanted to die. Now, isn't it a funny thing when people who have the most illness try to project on you that you have an illness? But there's not one video on these particular people that's in society. Guys like this that are in society right here. So, this Pookie, this bed bug bum, decided to take his girlfriend out, post her on Facebook Live with her body. Well, post her body with basically with a hole in her eye with her blood all over the floor coagulating. And her mom gasping for air for her last breath because he shot both of them in a rant. But because he looks like this, he's winning. Men like this don't get told they need help. But they want to talk about how passport bros need therapy. How we blame women all the time. These so-called good women are not talking about men like this and telling stories about guys like this. They're trying to tell you, remember, Danica Marie said that men need to be more like him. Oh, kill your girlfriend and then her mom, and then yourself in the middle of a battle with the SWATs. That's what men need to be more like. How to get women, right? Right? It's funny that when these people are doing their thing, no one tells them to get help. No one tells them to do better. But somehow, some way, the manosphere has all these people making videos. Oh, yeah, man, the manosphere this, the manosphere that. Oh, man, yeah, the manosphere this. Red pill this, red pill is that, red pill is this. You really think that people like this are more common nowadays? That people are safe? So this is the Pookie who stabbed a single mom. So he decided to get with a woman who had 5 kids before him. She didn't start doing what he wanted to do, and he stabbed her in the neck and the arms and stabbed her up. It had to be personal for him to not use no gun and stab her. She must have been ridiculing him all times, all types of stuff. But for some reason, you want to belittle men because they don't want to have sex with women like this. Women are attached to men like this, and you think that I want to be involved with women like this, who got a guy like this behind the shadows, and I get killed along with this guy, along with her, because he got jealous? Here we go, another male, a mental health advocate. She jumped off a bridge. She was dating a rapper, and she was being so profound, talking about mental illness, but she didn't take care of her own mental illness. Yeah, your mental illness stuff is a joke. You have men who are listening to women like Asian dolls who say she wants to date killers who have 3 bodies. And then her ex-boyfriend King Von got killed. And everybody made a joke out of it and said, are you going to date the killer? Because he has bodies now. Let's talk about what they don't talk about, that we I call us the black nomads. Sometimes black men nomads. Because we don't have a community. We are men who are looking for a place. Sometimes, and a lot of us have to deal with this. And this is what they don't talk about with passport bros. And they don't talk about this. Oh yeah, these men, they going overseas and this and this and that. Sometimes these women get kicked out of their culture or get treated like shit because they're dating a black man. These women got more courage to date us than our own so-called women. They're going against the grain. They're dating us even though their whole community telling them not to. You know what y'all did? By calling us names and talking down the passport men, you made us the bad boys. And you know most women like the bad boys. So these women want to see if we really are that bad. Or if we really are that worse that y'all say we are. And then they find out, no, then we're not. And they see the hate that we get being black. And they say, fuck this. I don't want to lead this dude. She didn't go out with one of her own. She went out with a black guy. I don't know if they still together, but she got so much hate from her own community. She won a gold medal for her community. And what they did, they turned on her because she dated a black dude. I don't know if she's still with him. Let me check. Boyfriend. So this is her with her black boyfriend. She won the gold medal and she was ready for the smoke from her community. I have more respect for other races who actually give good black men a chance than these fucked up women who try to give us soppy seconds. The one thing that these niggas never talk about in their channels and they is that once they touch these thugs, once they touch these players, once they mess with those other guys, they're tainted to us and we don't want them. They can say we leftovers, but they already leftovers. This is what they don't talk about in their society. Is that how tough it is for certain women, especially women from other races, to date black dudes. And they have to turn on their community, and it's going to be your responsibility to be her everything and recover her from the fact that she just lost her family because she wanted to date somebody different because her men couldn't appreciate her. So, you have to pay attention to the things they don't say, the people they don't call out, the things they don't tell you about, the ways that you can do stuff. This is why somebody requested me telling me breaking down the many ways that a guy can get women. And I said, I'm not that type of channel, but I'm going to try my best to break it down to you, which I have another video for talking about the relationship stuff, whatever it is, but I got that all prepared. But I might make that list too. So they don't never talk about this kind of stuff. that their society is already broken. And this is not, their society is broken with them in it. Nothing changed. All these mental health issues and all this other stuff that goes on, I'm going to need them to fix this society before they try to get us to come to it. Or let us do what we want to do. Fix the society, fix the problems, fix your people before I join your little society. Before I listen to anything you say. Because, okay, I'm hungry. I'm not going to listen to a bunch of people who can't give me a 10-year plan or what they want men to do. I can give you a 10-year plan. Literally give you a 10-year plan on what men should do for themselves. As long as the problems persist, and long as they don't talk about certain problems in society, guess what? The red pill ain't going anywhere. SYSPM not going anywhere. Passport Bros not going anywhere. You can make 100 million channels about anti-passport, anti-this, anti-that, but people, it's going to keep growing. The kids behind us, the 19-year-olds, the 20-year-olds, they seen it growing up. They see you didn't call these people out, and they see you trying to bring them back to some bullshit to make them mental ill so they can try to take their own lives. By hacks who call themselves therapists. Pay attention to the things that these people like this don't say. Let's go back. These people right here, Mr. DJ, pay attention. Pay attention to the things that these dudes don't say.